Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Zach of the Dark Conservatarian and Darkon Entertainment YouTube channels, and I'm just here with a short video to talk about something that's a little bit more personable and sentimental. But first, I thought I ought to let y'all know, as y'all might be able to tell, it is Tuesday and it is currently 7:35. So by now, I should be live on Strikeforce, right? Well, no, not this time. I know that the last couple of episodes of Strikeforce that I said that I was gonna go ahead and do an episode today of where that I was going to be talking about primarily the vaccines, but that was going to be if there wasn't anything else that popped up as far as the news goes, so it wasn't going to be a promise anyways. So yeah, no Strikeforce today, and no promises that it'll happen next Tuesday either. I mean, it's mostly just because of the fact that I'm busy with some personal stuff in my life right now. A little bit too busy to be actually focused in diving deep on researching for the topics I want to talk about on the live stream and for the live streaming itself. Whereas opposed to a video like this, it's rather short, sweet, and simple. Or at least I'll try my best to anyways, as I get kind of rambly with these videos and it doesn't always turn out that way. But whatever. Yeah, I'm doing some personal stuff in my life. I want to devote some more of my time to certain arrangements and appointments and whatnot. But also because of the fact that I've been having this rather, I guess you could say, euphoric and almost blissful feel, I guess, within the last 2 weekends. Just socializing with family and friends and whatnot, and I just did not want to lose this feeling by having it derailed by doing a news stream that honestly I get some pre-stream anxiety, so that would have kind of killed it a little bit. But yeah, I hope you all had a very good Labor Day weekend. I did too. But it was followed up by a bit of bittersweetness, as a couple of weekends ago, I had an uncle pass away. And this last Friday, we actually held his funeral. He wasn't a person that was particularly close in my life. I did not know him that well. So ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, I don't feel that very well emotionally affected. But at the same time, it's sad because of the fact that I did not get to know him as well as I probably should have. And I probably shot myself in the foot with that one too, as there was some certain political opinions and political attitudes, I guess, that cropped up out of 2016 between towards me, between him and my aunt. So I'm trying to keep things as vague as possible, by the way. So I just so because of that, I just never really put in the conscious effort to actually socialize with them. Like the last time that I had ever seen this aunt and uncle couple before the time around the funeral here was back in 2019 during my sister's wedding, or one of my sister's wedding anyways. Because I got 2 sisters that are married now and I'm still single, yay. But nonetheless, yeah, that was the last time that I seen them, was in late 2019, and I guess I have no one to really blame for not getting to know that certain uncle as well as I should have, other than myself. And that is my main purpose of this video, is to tell you all, socialize with your friends and family more often. As you all don't know of when that family and friends, particularly older family and friends, are going to pass away. I'm 26 years old now. I have one great uncle that passed away around Christmas of last year. And fast forward to this present month, I had another uncle pass away. And I also had a grandfather, like almost lose his foot. Fortunately enough, he's only losing a toe. It's from some blood clot or something. I cannot remember the exact details, but that's not important right now. The important part is ultimately he wasn't going to, clock out of life or anything like that. But still, he was like risk of losing his foot, and that would have like very damn well limited the amount of stuff that I could do with him. And there is still so much that I really ought to do with him. But yeah, so much that I want to do. Back in 2018, you all might have heard me mention plenty of times before that I had a little bit of a falling out with personal friends, and so that made me like just fill in all that lack of socializing with going on live streams more consistently throughout the summer and late spring and early fall primarily. The very early parts and very late parts of 2018, it wasn't as lacking of a personal social life, but throughout all of summer and the times around that, yeah, it was not healthy. Me filling in all that lack of a personal social life with an internet social life, it ultimately wasn't that healthy. Like, I did end up developing more heavily my relationships with JJ Skinner, Brandon Paget, S-Man Speaks, and The Conundrum, and all of them. It also came with a few more chapters of drama too, for that matter. I did develop those relationships. But if I was to be dead honest, an internet friendship is not as deep and personable as a relationship with somebody in your personal life. So in the grand scheme of things, it probably was not that healthy. No offense to all the friends that I did end up spending more time with over the internet over the course of that year, but all the same. Instead, I probably should have made more of a conscious effort of spending time with friends and family, ultimately. Wasted time. Time is a valued commodity. It is more valuable than money itself, hands down. Like I said, you do not know of when that somebody is going to just completely die and just, or even completely leave your life entirely, or not even necessarily die, but just leave your life because of a falling out or something like that. And really, for your own sake, spend your time wisely. And I do truly feel that a better spending of time is to have that effort and that time of a social life with your close and personal friends and family. And I in 2018 and as well in 2019 too, for that matter, and 2017 as well. Well, 2017 I was somehow able to figure out a good balance between internet life and personal social life somehow, but I just cannot find that groove again. Maybe it's best that I don't go back to that, but nonetheless, in 2017 through 2019, I had been like rather hardcore diving into internet politics. As much of an adventure it was, a fun time as it was, and I do appreciate all the support that you all have given me over it, and I am glad to have serviced you in that sort of way, and to be talking about politics and engaging on the important political subjects and whatnot. Like, politics should be talked about. It is rather important. I am not one of those apolitical, I don't ever talk about politics, or I don't have hardly any political opinions type of person, as my YouTube channel here is proof of that. Even on Facebook, I'll occasionally talk about politics. But really, you engaging in on politics on the internet or anywhere in general for that matter should not come at the cost of you sacrificing a good chunk and some important chunks of your own personal social life. So, yeah. I guess that's what I'm just trying to say here to you all. Value your time a whole lot better, as I'm trying to learn how to value my time better. Like, I did have a great Labor Day weekend this past weekend. I've been working on a present that I'm going to give later this year to somebody. That's what I've been doing over this weekend. So, and also interacting with more people in my social life. Pretty much all day Saturday was devoted to talking to people in my life. And Friday, too, a good chunk of it for that matter. Before I did that live stream with Osmo Ordo. And Monday was all personability and personal social life. Talked to my grandma and grandpa, and it felt damn good. It was such a relief from engaging on internet politics. Maybe that's what we all need to do in this crazy world we live in. To maybe relieve some of the cancer on Twitter, or even on YouTube, or any other social media. Is that we all need to unplug on occasion. Just full stop unplug. And interact with those personal people in your social life. Friends, family alike. And that's my little public service announcement to y'all. I guess you could call it that. Not mean to give myself some delusions of grandeur by calling this a PSA, but all the same. I want happiness for my subscribers. I know that some of you guys might be expecting some of that happiness through me, like churning out the content more often. I know, folks, I know. But ultimately, I think what we all truly need is just to unplug for a good little while. And this is my PSA to you. Unplug more often. And above all else, interact with and spend some time with those older people in your personal life that you really truly love before they're gone. I'm choking up right now. Even if it's just basically a nothing conversation, just start up some type of conversation. It doesn't even have to be anything big that you do with that close and personal family member or friend of yours. It doesn't have to be like a road trip or vacation or anything like that. It can be something as meager as just inviting them out to dinner or breakfast somewhere, or even just visiting their home, and just talk with them. Have some actual, legitimate, good, down-to-earth conversation with them. And try to make it as little about politics as possible. And maybe even religion. Although, I will say as a Christian that I do get a little bit more fulfillment emotionally and spiritually talking about religion with my other Christian friends and family than talking about politics. But yeah, just avoid the politics unless it's like really in context, I guess. But just start up a conversation. Just talk about something. and talk about that. Even if you just talk about that something until it's about as thin as Christmas wrapping paper, Christmas present wrapping paper. That's still a little bit of fulfillment and development in your relationship with that person. And I guess on top of interact with your personal friends and family more often, unplug from the internet more often, and definitely interact with those older people in your lives. I guess another thing is try to be on good terms with your personal friends and family. Try your best to do that. You don't want to end up one of you dying and you end up on bad terms with that person. One of y'all ends up dying and that relationship ends for good on bad terms. Yeah. I guess that's about all that I have to say. Just wanted to tell a little something to you all from the bottom of my heart. As sappy as it might have been, I hope it means something to you all. And I will get back on the ball with content creation. I don't know when exactly that'll be, but I do have personal stuff in my life to dish out with for right now anyways. That is all. Have a good night, and God bless you all.